Right, so we are here, first night stay. This is just middle of, probably halfway up Loch Lomond, just to the side at a place called Arakbar. I'll put it on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. Just having a little walk around after dinner, wear off a few calories before bed. This one is from where we are. This is about 380 miles from home, just north of London. We got another probably 300 or 400 miles to do tomorrow. We're staying at a little guest house just round the corner. Just round the corner there. Lovely little place, less than 100 quid. So can't complain. Nice views. I mean, this loch is gorgeous. There's loads to see pretty much everywhere you go. Even the ducks come to join in the filming. Tomorrow we've got probably quite a lot of driving, but hopefully we'll see a bit more than motorways as like we did today. What else to say? The only thing I will say is with hotel booking, you need to get in there early if you're going to do a trip like this, especially if it's still semi-COVID. You're going to need to book them well in advance because everyone is staying in England and it's not that easy, especially if it's all lads. Unless you don't mind topping and tailing, freezing a bed, then you might get lucky. But but besides that, just get it in early and I'll come back to you when we're in the car. Right, so we're finally here. We're at John O'Groats. There's the sign. I would stand that way all the time, but it is really windy. It's about, I don't know, 650 miles from home. It's been an absolutely epic drive. The last probably 100 miles was amazing. We're going to do another couple of hours today, heading west to our hotel, which is in Reconic. But the roads up here are phenomenal and I can't wait for them more because bloody beer's blowing everywhere. Because the roads are just epic from now on and there'll be plenty of video of that, don't you worry. Let me just give you a quick look around here. So there's not really much to see, but you've got a couple of hotels, you've got some boats coming in, and of course you've got the sign, John O'Groats sign here. Go have your picture with that, and then there's a few things to see around here. Everyone's doing their obligatory pictures, but yeah, it is crazy windy. But it's definitely, if you're going to be doing this trip, it's definitely somewhere you got to come because it's just iconic. And I mean, the drive down into here was just phenomenal. Of course, I'll have shown you that, obviously, but yeah, I'm just kind of in awe. It's kind of one of them strange, euphoric kind of things, but just such a wicked place to be. But yeah, right, let's get back on the road. Oh, look at that beach, man. Go for a little dippy. Okay, so after night two, second hotel. This is Reconic, which is top and sort of northwest of Scotland. Look at the view. The hotel they're currently doing up at the moment, so looks on the outside are to be expected. I must admit, when we pulled up, luckily we didn't judge a book by its cover and we went inside because It's definitely looks its age, but inside completely refurbished, all new, slept, Scottish breakfast. Just don't ask for a full English. Today's definitely the best day for driving. We're going to be doing all down the west coast, Ullapool, we're going to be doing Gairloch, we're going to be doing Applecross, and they are by far what I feel is the best roads, best views, most twisties and all that kind of good stuff. That's the road off into the distance, and that'll take us to where we're going to go, so let's get to it. Morning guys, this is day 3, we're in the Isle of Skye and it is again windy of course. We've got a nice view here in the background, we have a bridge into the Isle of Skye. We've been staying at the King's Arms Hotel, which actually for what I picked off the internet looks pretty good, and inside is nice apart from it's like 1970s again, but what can you do, especially with COVID, that no one obviously wants to spend any money at the moment, so that's fair enough. But yeah, no, it slept like a baby, lovely full Scottish breakfast with things that I've never eaten before, which is great. Set us up for the day. But yeah, this is a nice one. This was, I don't know, 100 odd quid a day, but it's a nice stop. If you want to do a bit in the Isle of Skye, we did a bit of driving last night, but not loads. There's some nice roads. There's not really a lot about, so you can enjoy them a little bit. We went for a nice walk here under the bridge and then over the bridge, which I would not recommend for anyone who didn't like a lot of walking, because I struggled. But yeah, we're just setting off now and we're going to head towards the Lake District, but we're not sure whether we stop or not. It just depends on how we get on. We're heading for North Yorkshire Dales at the moment, on our way back out. We'll get to it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I absolutely love that trip, and I'm definitely going to be making at least one more trip back there this year. The likelihood of getting lucky with the weather again though, that's 50-50, because I mean we had sunshine every day. There was a spot of rain in the morning, and yes, it was windy most of the time. I would have loved to get the drone up a bit more, but basically every time I come to fly it, wind was absolutely ridiculous, so my drone would have just taken off and see you later. So, so yeah, maybe some more drone footage if the weather's a bit better, but definitely going to make the trip. There's a few things I would definitely recommend doing, and feel free to drop me a message on our Facebook, Instagram, via YouTube, email, whatever, and I'll quite happily give you some details. But basically, there's a sort of a little checklist I've knocked together. I haven't put it on our website or anything, but it's just something. There's a list of things I would recommend you look into taking and look into planning before you go. I would definitely recommend taking a spare wheel. If you have just one of them cans of spare wheel, I would probably take a spare wheel of some description. Ideally, a full one, because where you're going to get a tyre in the Highlands, you can just about get petrol if you have a debit card and use the old 24-hour pay. So definitely take a full-size spare wheel or a spare wheel of some description to get you around, because obviously you don't want to be stuck up there, and you will not get recovery anytime soon, because there's some mad signs that say something stupid like next petrol garage 50 miles away. So definitely bear that in mind. Another good one is plan your fuel stops. If you're in something that's a bit thirsty, or you want to drive a little bit hard, definitely plan your stops out, because you could go 50 or 100 miles without fuel depending on the route you take. So definitely bear that in consideration. And also, some of the petrol garages are only open 8 till 4. So if you're driving late night or in the evening and then you get stuck, you may or may not get fuel. So definitely keep that in consideration as well. There's loads of other things to consider, or if you want some route planning, I can always send you the route we did. We went anti-clockwise. We went up to John O'Groats first and then come back west. The reason for that is because I find that all the better roads are down the west coast. So if you're going to do most of the driving first, head up towards John O'Groats and then come back and down, because there's a lot better roads that way. If you're going to be doing it camping every night, doing 5-10 days, then it doesn't really matter too much, because you're going to be spread out over all the days that you do. For anyone wondering, we went in a 64 plate M3 and a TTS Mark II. Absolutely solid cars. Both did phenomenally well. Really great trip. The only reason I didn't take my TT, were a couple reasons, was because I'd done a track day the week before and I didn't know if it was going to be broken at the time, so I didn't want to bank on it. And also, my friend wanted to take his M3 just to tick it off the bucket list, which is fine by me. Had a lovely time. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.